When I saw the video last week of the 3 black girls who stole a car at 4 a.m., tried to run, stole the car, didn't get far, as Elvis said, I didn't think it was something we were going to do a video on. But then the parents hired a lawyer.
But 10 tonight, details continue to emerge in a crash that killed 3 teen girls in Pinellas County. Detectives say they drove a stolen car right into a pond. Nearly 3 weeks later, we're seeing what happened in the seconds before that car went under. Fox 13's Haley Hines is in our control room tonight with what we've learned. Haley.
Well, Kelly, last week, lawyers for the mothers of 2 of the girls called into question investigators' accounts of what really happened on March 31st. The sheriff's office has since released dash cam video, radio transmissions, crime scene photos, every piece of material they say is known to be available. And new tonight, we are seeing what happened just before the girl's car made its final fatal turn. Families are hurting.
She was my baby.
Investigators are trying to understand what drove 3 teen girls to their death in this dark, murky water. 15-year-olds Lanaya Miller and Ashanti Butler and 16-year-old Dominique Battle were inside this car in the early morning of March 31st. Deputies say they stole it and sped from them with no headlights on. Lawyers representing 2 of the girls' mothers have since accused deputies of chasing them into the pond at Royal Palm Cemetery in St. Pete.
I only want the truth. I need answers and I need closure.
1022, he's not stopping.
The sheriff's office answered in the form of newly released dash cam video, radio transmissions, photos, and reports.
They were in a stolen car at 4 o'clock in the morning running from the police. And very, very unfortunately, whichever one of the 3 of them was driving that car made a bad decision.
Video shows the girls' car drive down a dead-end road. Some deputies pull over waiting for them to turn around.
The next unit comes in on this street. Set up some stop sticks.
These 2 deputies continue following the teens, whose headlights are on the right. All 3 cars weave through the unlit, winding cemetery at more than 30 miles per hour. Eventually, the teens' taillights disappear, and the deputy in front hits the brakes.
All right, he's off-road in the water. They're in the water stranded. It's sinking still.
According to deputies, muddy water, thick vegetation, and unstable ground made it too dangerous for them to get in.
It's about 2 feet of the trunk left, and it's going to be completely under.
A dive team later recovered the car and the bodies. New photos show parking lights activated but no headlights, as deputies observed, and a strawberry daiquiri bottle in the back seat. The sheriff maintains if mistakes were made, they weren't on his end.
I feel for the family. I understand the emotions they're going through, but I also can't let them turn it on us because we didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I got a good vantage point. There's nobody out. It's sinking still. No, I don't see anybody. It's going down now. I hear him yelling, I think. They're done. They are 6-7, dude. Did you hear yelling? I thought I heard him yelling as it was going down, but now they're done. They're done. There's nothing in the... Unless they bailed out before, but Lutton said he saw some feet. Well, he's not really getting a track, or did he even try? He's driving, I think Alex is driving.
Yes, my daughter has stolen cars in the past, but she paid for that. She did time if she had to do time. There is no long fight that she was charged with any felonies or anything because she wasn't, and she has never been. Second off, all 3 of those girls were best friends. They all hung out together. They all took care of each other. So what y'all questioning why they was in the car together? Because they're friends. That's what friends do. They hang out with each other. That car was not stolen. They did not steal that car. That guy picked them up, a 36-year-old, 15, 16-year-old children. First off, that's a child molester to me because you have no right picking up children that young if you don't have anything else to do with them. About going to get a TV. What do they need with a TV at that young age? It's not right. The stories are not right. The stuff that the news people and everybody else report is not right, and the facts are not right. And I'm, as a mother, is going to get down to the bottom of this, regardless of what it takes, because I don't like how y'all are slandering my daughter's name. and making her look like she's such a known criminal when she's not such a known criminal.
How many cars did she steal?
So at this point,
It doesn't matter how many cars she stole. It matters how much that she didn't do, what she didn't do, and that she did not steal that car.
So we're not slandering someone if we're telling the truth.
So
You're not telling, so you're not telling the truth.
So
What you?
hold on. So I think that kind of going after mom is a little improper. What we're doing right now is we're still having an ongoing investigation as about what is going on, what actually occurred, what happened. Just because Dominique, she may have had a little bit more of a criminal history, does not still, as Mr. Anderson and I have talked about, does not, if you steal a vehicle in the state of Florida, you don't get the death penalty. And essentially, this is what happened. These girls died. And there's a strong belief that that car actually was not stolen. And there's a good faith basis to believe that the car was not stolen. And without going into everything regarding the things that we're still investigating, that's kind of where we're at. And once again, we invite you to talk to law enforcement, to go ahead and go to the scene. At this time, we're going to wrap for questions, all right? What's your name? We're going to wrap for questions.
What's your first name?
Yashika.
Spell that.
YASHICA.
Last name?
Clemens. CLEMMONS.
CLEMMON.
Yes.
YASHIVA.
At this point, we invite them to give us a call. We've invited them to have conversation with us. So at this point, our door is open, and as their door is open, but we have made our attempts to speak with them.
So you have attempted to bring to their attention?
Correct.
Yashika?
Correct.
Yashika.
And I have a question. How can you steal a car if you leave your keys, leave this car running? That is not stealing.
Well, if the owner didn't give him permission, it is stealing.
But he had them in the car.
They drove off without saying, hey, can we take your car?
He claimed he was in the store.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Because the store that he claimed he went in to get a TV don't sell television.
So, ma'am, it's your belief that you let them have the car?
Come on. A 36-year-old man, if you're going to own up to that you got these 15 and 16-year-old girl in your car, would you own up to it? If you didn't have other quaternity, would you own up to it?
So should they be looking into this man then?
Yes.
That's what we want.
And I'm not here just to get justice for my daughter. I'm here to get justice for all three girls. Because I know all three of them personally. And y'all not going to sit here and slander their names.
When was the last time you saw Dominique?
I saw all three of them that night. They were at my house that night.
I seen them the day before. And they used to come over to my house to eat dinner. And all of them was like very, when I say polite, they were very polite.
Why were they out that night? How come they ended
Why
up
do teenagers do what they do?
In the fantasy world of internet heroes, cops dive into murky pools with lots of weeds and vegetation on a dark night at 4 a.m. to rescue some people who were running from them in a stolen car. I think that's the expectation of a lot of people connected to this case. And now they want to sue the police. Now they want to get the guy who's the victim of the stolen car. They want to blame him. They want to blame the police. They want to blame everybody. But the one thing no one's saying is what they should have told that 36-year-old dude and those cops right at the beginning of this episode. Don't make the black kids angry.